Give yourself a chance. You may have already asked questions like these. Where did I come from when I was born? Where will I go after death? What's after it? Why do some suffer more than others? Why do some have a certain aptitude and others don't? Why are some born rich and others poor? Some are blind, crippled, mentally ill, while others are born intelligent and healthy. Why does God allow such inequality among His children? Why do some, who are bad, suffer less than others, who are good? However, most people, living today's busy lives, are not interested in the fundamental problems of existence. Rather, they worry about their business, their pleasures, their private problems. They think that questions such as the existence of God and the immortality of the soul are the responsibility of priests, religious ministers, philosophers, and theologians. When everything is going well in their lives, they don't even remember God, and when they do, it is only to say a prayer, go to a temple, as if such attitudes were simple obligations that everyone has to fulfill in one way or another. Otherwise, religion for them is a mere social formality, something that people must have, and nothing more. At most it will be a release of conscience, to be right with God. So much so, that many do not even have a firm conviction in what they profess, carrying serious doubts about God and the continuity of life after death. When, however, such people are surprised by a big problem, the loss of a loved one, an incurable illness, a disastrous financial fall, events that can happen in anyone's life, they do not find in themselves the necessary faith, nor the understanding to face the problem with courage and resignation, invariably falling into despair. Where is the solution? There is a doctrine that answers all these questions. It is Spiritism. Spiritist knowledge opens up to us a broad and rational view of life, explaining it in a convincing way and allowing us to begin an intimate transformation for the better. But what is Spiritism? Spiritism is the doctrine revealed by superior spirits through mediums and organized, codified, in the 19th century by a French educator known as Allan Kardec. Spiritism is, at the same time, philosophy, science, and religion. Philosophy, because it gives an interpretation of life, answering questions such as where did I come from, what do I do in the world, where will I go after death? Every doctrine that gives an interpretation of life, a conception of the world, is a philosophy. Science, because it studies, in the light of reason and within scientific criteria, mediumistic phenomena, that is, phenomena caused by spirits and which are nothing more than natural facts. All phenomena, even the strangest, have a scientific explanation. There is no supernatural in Spiritism. Religion, because its objective is the moral transformation of man, reviving the teachings of Jesus Christ and their true expression of simplicity, purity, and love. A simple religion without priests, ceremonies, or sacraments of any kind. No rituals, image worship, candles, special clothing, or external manifestations. And what are the basic foundations of Spiritism? The existence of God, who is the Creator, primary cause of all things. The Supreme Intelligence. It is eternal, immutable, immaterial, omnipotent, sovereignly just and good. The immortality of the soul or spirit. The spirit is the intelligent principle of the universe, created by God, to evolve and realize itself individually through its own efforts. As spirits, we already existed before birth and will continue to exist after the death of the body. Reincarnation. Created simply and without any knowledge, the spirit is the one who decides and creates its own destiny. To do this, he is endowed with free will, that is, the ability to choose between good and evil. You have the possibility of developing, evolving, improving, becoming better and better, more perfect, like a student at school, moving from one grade to another through the different courses. This evolution requires learning, and the spirit can only achieve it by incarnating in the world and reincarnating as many times as necessary to acquire more knowledge through multiple life experiences. The progress acquired by the spirit is not only intellectual, but, above all, moral progress. We do not remember past existences, and in this the wisdom of God is also manifested. If we remembered the evil we did or the suffering we went through, the enemies who harmed us or those we harmed, we would not be able to live among them today. Because, many times, the enemies of the past today are our children, our brothers, our parents, our friends who are currently with us for reconciliation. Reincarnation, in this way, is an opportunity for reparation, as well as an opportunity to devote our efforts to the good of others, hastening our spiritual evolution. Through the mechanism of reincarnation, we see that God does not punish. We are the ones who cause our own suffering through the law of action and reaction. The communicability of spirits. Spirits are disembodied human beings and continue to be as they were when incarnated, good or bad, serious or playful, hardworking or lazy, cultured or mediocre, truthful or liars. They are everywhere. They are not idle. On the contrary, they have their occupations. Through so-called mediums, the spirit can communicate with us, if it can and if it wants. The plurality of inhabited worlds. The different worlds, spread across infinite space, constitute countless homes for the spirits that incarnate in them. The conditions of these worlds differ in terms of the degree of advancement or inferiority of their inhabitants. How does Spiritism interpret heaven and hell? There is no heaven or hell. Yes, there are states of soul that can be described as celestial or infernal. There are also no angels or demons, but only superior spirits and inferior spirits, who are also on the way to perfection, the good becoming better and the evil regenerating. God does not forget any of his children, leaving each one the merit of his works. Only in this way can we understand the supreme divine justice. Why does Spiritism enhance charity? Because outside the precepts of true charity, the spirit will not be able to reach the perfection for which it was destined. Having this as a norm, all men are brothers, and whatever way they worship the Creator, they extend their hands, understand and help each other. Why reason faith? Faith without reasoning is nothing more than belief or even superstition. Before we accept something as true, we must analyze it well. Unshakable faith is that which can face reason, face to face, in all ages of humanity. Allan Kardec. And where can we find more information about Spiritism? Starting by reading Allan Kardec's books. The Book of Spirits. The basic book of the Spiritist doctrine. Contains the principles of Spiritism on the immortality of the soul, the nature of spirits and their relationships with men, moral laws, future life and the future of humanity. The Book of Mediums. It brings together explanations about all types of mediumistic manifestations, the means of communication and relationship with spirits, the education of mediumship and the difficulties that may eventually arise in its practice. The Gospel according to Spiritism. It is the book dedicated to the explanation of Jesus' maxims in accordance with Spiritism and their application to different situations in life. Heaven and Hell, or Divine Justice according to Spiritism. It offers a comparative examination of the doctrines on the passage from bodily life to spiritual life. It makes available to everyone the knowledge of the mechanism by which divine justice is processed. The Genesis. The themes stand out: existence of God, origin of good and evil, explanations about natural laws, creation and life in the universe, the formation of the earth, the primary formation of living beings, corporeal man, and the union of spiritual principle to matter. You can also read the books written by Francisco Candido Xavier, Divaldo Pereira Franco, Ivan Pereira, Jose Raul Teixeira, etc., and the books of Leon Denis, Gabriel Delan, and many other authors, including doctrinal studies, novels, poetry, stories, and encouraging messages. After this simple reading, you may have doubts and questions to ask. If so, it's a good sign. A sign that you are looking for rational explanations for life. You will find them by reading the books indicated above and looking for a Spiritist center that is certainly doctrinal and indisputably Spiritist.